Hi there, my name is Amanda, also known as Mood Disordered Mind on YouTube, and I want to introduce myself. I have mental illnesses. I have bipolar 1 disorder, I have panic disorder without agoraphobia, post-traumatic stress disorder, and borderline personality disorder. And in my experience, let's see, these disorders started when I was pretty young, although I wasn't diagnosed until I was older. Because after I read all the information about it, I realized that, yeah, these traits, I do display these traits. It's been hard over the years to live with disorders, because they affect you sometimes in such a harsh way that, you know, you sort of fall into the spiral of the madness, and that can be very scary, and it can also be debilitating, especially if you have depression, or if you have mania like I do, or if you have psychosis like I do. I definitely didn't hide it from anybody. When I got diagnosed, I made my YouTube channel, and so now the whole world knows. So I definitely didn't hide it. I'm choosing to speak about it because, like I said, I have the YouTube channel, so I talk about issues going on, and I try to educate as well. If I can give some piece of advice, you know, that helps somebody, then that's what I do. But I want, you know, this way more people will realize that they're not alone, and that there are supportive people out here, you know, and to also spread the awareness that, you know, you look at me, do I look like a stereotypical person of what people think somebody with mental illnesses look like, you know, what they portray in the movies and stuff? No. I'm a regular person, you're a regular person, and we have to remember that. I'd like to share some positive things with you. One is that you can do anything in this life, whether you have a mental illness or not. If you have a mental illness, yes, it makes it a little bit more difficult, but that doesn't mean that you can't do it. It doesn't mean that you can't achieve things. I'm in college right now. I'm getting my BSW in social work, so I'm working towards that. It might take me a little bit longer because I might have episodes of something, and it might, you know, make it a little bit harder to get to where I want to be, but that doesn't mean that I can't do it. That doesn't mean you can't get your master's. It doesn't mean that you can't go far in your job. It doesn't mean any of those things, you know, and we just have to remember that we are a person first and foremost, and we have an illness. We are not our illness. That's why I don't like to say I am bipolar. I like to say I have bipolar. So if you can separate yourself, I think that'll make it a little easier to sort of deal with. Instead of putting it all on yourself, it's just something that happens to be, because it is. It's just something that happens to be. We didn't choose it. It just is. Yeah, so, you know, definitely try and find supportive people around you, whether it's through a support group, your friends, your family, here on the internet, and definitely don't be afraid to ask for help. And don't be afraid to ask people on the internet if they have some advice, words of wisdom. You know, I wish you guys all the best, and thank you for watching my video. I really appreciate it.